All right,
Oh, what's in the doing a round table?
go live.
Yo, you see that?
Go over.
Yo, y'all see that?
What's that?
See what happened?
Y'all see Sports Center doing a round table right now?
Oh, see,
Oh,
see, they must
I
have
seen
heard
it, but
us.
Cavs
how
and Pels.
Rose is already turning.
They must have heard us. All right, let me see something here.
Nah,
Let
go
me.
to back out of that and then go to seasons up top. Yeah.
Uh,
All right, we live, y'all. We live on
yeah.
here. I mean, which is fine. Let me make sure everybody can. Oh shoot, I gotta change the settings. Only Myra can see it. That's not good. Yeah. Public. It's public now. It should be public. Check it out for me. Yeah, see it live.
Hello?
Yeah.
You
Okay. Yeah we live. All right. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure we were good. All right. Let me turn my mic down a little bit. Welcome to another edition of Something Like That. I'm your boy Professional Sutton.
and I'm your boy Chris G.
This your boy, the Ruck Report.
So, fellas, listen, man. We just watched The Last Dance, and part one and part two, actually. Shouts out to everybody that's tuning in right now on Instagram and on Facebook. So this is all new to me for Facebook. So Instagram, thank you for tuning in. I got my other phone set up because I know a lot of people is hitting me up like, yo, I gotta get on this. So a lot of people don't have my Facebook, information. So I said, let me do it this way. And I got my brothers on the line. So watching this, like I said years ago, Jerry Krause, God rest his soul, he was a dick. I'm sorry. There is no other way to put that. Like, you have one of the best teams ever, and this is how you treat your best players. Fellas, please chime in because I don't know what I was watching. Jesus.
I mean, I don't know if I would say I don't know if I would say that Jerry Krause is a dick. I mean, I think he was a little bit full of himself, but he didn't come off like we all knew what it was with Jerry Krause, but he didn't come off as like the evil villain to me in this documentary so
Yes,
far.
he did.
I didn't see, everybody spoke pretty glowing of him other than just like, he could, I mean, listen, he obviously he got he messed up. You know what I mean? Like there ain't no getting around that. But I'm just saying the documentary, I feel like so far didn't like put a light on him like, yo, he's the worst dude on the planet. Not only was he incompetent, but he's stupid as well. Like I didn't get that from the documentary.
No, I mean, I don't think that he was a dummy. Like, I wouldn't say that he was a dummy necessarily, or, but I just think that ego. When we watch these billionaires with these egos, man, and their egos is something else, boy. And
Oh
his
yeah,
was
no doubt.
definitely one of them. It was like, I'm going to give you what you want, and it's not going to be that much. But on the flip side, like, I'm going to make sure that who did this to you. You know what I mean? Because again, I mean, I'll kind of have ego too if I get one and two of the best players in the league at the time, and probably one of the best duos ever. But just to watch how everything unfolded, it was just like wow, which we already knew. But now, Ruck, now you watching this again? You were OG in the game, from Jersey. I'm sure Michael Jordan been there before. What was your thoughts of just watching this man and just being older at that time in the '80s and really seeing this guy like just magnify everybody, man?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Ruck was a
so,
teenager back then.
Yeah,
Go
he
ahead, Ruck.
was.
so first of all, I'm gonna need you to explain what you're saying because I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
He
Okay. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I was not 20 years old in 1986.
was close.
I
I
was
said you was a teenager.
Nah, I wasn't even a teenager in '86.
Jesus.
Golly, these dudes are disrespect.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, but here's the thing, right? Rightfully so. Just like we've seen in all type of sports, franchise players, they carry the weight and they carry the blame in a lot of situations.
Mhm.
GMs notoriously carry that same mantra. But the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of even that a lot of people never talk about in this whole situation, which they've done the job of actually showing him in a glowing manner, is Jerry Reinsdorf.
Mm.
Yes, they did show
Right,
him in
right,
a
Krause
pretty
right.
good light.
cannot move without the okay from Reinsdorf. Krause would never have been able to put Michael on a minutes restriction. He would never been able to sign the contract that Scotty and Michael signed to without the approval of Jerry Reinsdorf. And if you did not catch it, and for all of you that did not catch it, when they started, especially in episode 1, he told everybody, I told Scotty and Michael, you're signing a contract that is wrong for you.
True.
But if you're going to sign it, I'm gonna let you sign it.
Right. Right.
Right.
So
Well,
again, I think it's more to the story that will be told because the dismantling of the team was far before the last dance. It was far before that. I mean, you can go back to the Dream Team, which was in '92, and that started with the whole thing with Tony Kukoc and bringing him over. You
True.
know,
True. True.
but I think a lot of people miss in terms of what was happening in the dismantling is that to his credit, Jerry Krause did a lot of great work in building those teams. What pieces around Michael and Scotty?
True.
Say
True.
what you will about how he treated them, but what he was able to create, you have to remember, just like they just pointed out, Charles Oakley was an original Bull. He was the security guard, the hitman for, Michael Jordan. People don't understand this, and a lot of people really don't know. Bill Cartwright was damn near an all-star for the New York Knicks.
True. True.
So
True.
this was a big trade for him to get somebody like Cartwright and allow him to build certain pieces around. You got to understand that he drafted Scotty. He drafted, Horace Gray. He brought Steve Kerr in. He had John Paxson, kept him around. Like these were big time moves. While we all want to say he was dismantling the team, again, he made things work. Think about this, and I think it's the one lost thing with Jerry Krause that everybody will overlook. People really forget how good the Bulls were when Jordan first left.
True.
If you remember, Scotty was an MVP candidate that season. Remember the game with him putting up the sneaker and saying that Mike was coming back. That was Scott being that dog in the NBA. He was now removed from number 2 to the guy in the NBA. So it's an interesting story starting to unfold, but I'm so hyped watching it though. And no, again, I was not a teenager in '86.
How old was you, man?
well, look,
Listen,
look. I
we
want
ain't
to
gonna
say,
talk about that again. If you with him, this smart tech all over again. Both of y'all.
let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this: '86, Ruck was at least 12.
At least.
At least.
At least.
At least.
Pushing 13. Pushing 13.
No, listen. I started high school in 1991, baby.
Damn.
There you go.
Years old.
There you go.
Damn.
What, son?
Damn.
Damn.
Oh my goodness!
Now-
I was in first grade. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, me
Go
too.
ahead.
91. You know what I mean? I ain't even get a chance to get no Jordans yet. You know what I mean? I was still in the Payless joints. Like, oh, you know what? It was a big deal. I had regular Nikes. But you had
Yo, you crazy.
now.
Ruck was one of them knuckleheads from Jersey.
Yep.
Out there in Teaneck.
Avon Ave. Take that shit back to Avon Street. Shouts out to Heavy
man.
D. Now, I want to know, that when I heard about, again, like I said, you hear the stories, but now you're starting to hear it again. There's always 3 sides to the story: your side, his side, and the truth. But to see, Phil Jackson, and for it to be his last year, and then you think about like what he did with Shaq and Kobe, and I had posted something on Twitter. I was like, what if Phil would have stayed with the Bulls and let's just say everything worked out, kumbaya. Had Shaq and Kobe still, would they have been able to get a championship? One, two,
No,
at all?
no.
None at all. You think?
No.
I don't know if I go on that limb.
But again, I'm looking at, okay, the Bulls' last championship, they went against Karl Malone and John Stockton,
You okay?
right?
Hmm.
Which at that point was the power in the West, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Greg goes to
So
King.
that's again Shaq, Earl, and Kobe, right?
Mhm.
It's almost like and I hate to make this comparison, but it is true. It's almost like when LeBron had his run in the East. There wasn't going to be any. Who was the opposition in the East at that point?
You talking about like the Celtics, or you talking about
It
like,
Mm,
or like
Celtics
wasn't,
was
like
but
at the end. It was really Indiana and Chicago, and they kind of swapped
really,
back and
again,
forth.
it really was Indiana and Chicago. But Indiana would be lucky to make it if Patrick Ewing didn't show up for the Knicks, right? Chicago would
Hold on,
probably
no.
have a dog.
Say that question again. I think I
I
misheard that
said,
then.
I said Indiana would. I mean, they swapped a lot with the Knicks. Like a lot of people always see Reggie, ending a lot of stuff, but the Knicks had their moments against the Pacers too. So if put it to you like this, the last big Pacer win against the Knicks, right? If Patrick Ewing does an air ball at finger roll, the Knicks are in the finals,
True.
okay,
right? And
True.
if Jordan and Pippen and them don't leave, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals against them.
Mm.
You understand? So it was the same type of thing that we have seen with LeBron and people like that. But again, there was no real power in the West that could match up to everything they had. Now you're talking about the Bulls still intact. You're talking about the Bulls intact with Scotty, Mike, Dennis, and the rest of the cast. That's still a strong formidable cast for at least the next 2 years.
true.
Ho- Hold on though. I just want to put something out there. I want to state something that gets overlooked a lot. Let's not forget that Reggie Miller is the only person to take Jordan to Game 7.
Mm.
Listen, Reggie Miller is the only person to take Jordan to Game 7, but let's not overlook Isaiah is the only person to beat Magic, Bird, and Johnson.
Mm.
No, you right. They had their dominance, but I'm
Chris
talking
Bouchard.
about in
Okay, I
the.
see you. Okay, I see you. Go ahead.
I'm talking about smack dab in the middle of the
Yeah,
Jordan dominance.
yeah.
Honestly,
The only
listen, the Knicks fell short a couple times. Like they definitely were a true contender against the Bulls, but Reggie, Reggie and them had they the ones that pushed them even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reggie and them had them. The problem that Reggie and them always had is that at the end of the day, Reggie would have to face Mike and Scotty at some point during crucial parts of the game.
True.
And the Bulls have the
Mm.
luxury of having two solid defenders that they can switch on to Reggie. So they almost had him, but again, it's just like that commercial, almost.
Doesn't count.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
And then again, like I said, in the East and even in the rest of the league, you got to look at a lot of the young guns that were in these different cities. Like you can't count out. You still got the Washington Bullets team that had Howard, Weber, and Wallace.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had
Forgot about
the
that.
Miami team that still had Zoe and Timmy and some other people. You know what I mean? So there was talent all over the place. Not to even
Raymond, what's up, Raymond?
just miss the fact that in '96, my Seattle Supersonics were the one that played the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
we knew you was gonna throw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
We
you know what
we,
I'm
we
saying.
knew it.
Yeah, we
So
knew you was gonna
We
throw
knew it.
that in.
we are damned by George Karl and the trade of Sean Kemp takes us out of the picture. But the league was very different. But there was not really another juggernaut that can get past the duo that was Mike and Scott.
Yeah,
No.
which was crazy. So watching this, man, again, like I won't lie, I was not a Jordan fan. I was more the underdog. I just think that I was just a kid. Like I mean, Michael Jordan was cool, but I like players like Dennis Rodman. Like I like the hard work, hustle players. But as I got older, I gained so much respect for Mike because Mike he always felt like he was not good enough, and he always pushed and pushed and pushed. And just watching him play, like watching the highlights, you're like, damn, like he went to another level. But then you saw how Scotty complimented him, and that's so hard nowadays because players, it's really hard to get players to play together for that long and that consistently. And even after Mike left and he went on his little hiatus, Pippen was still the man. But you also see why, how we talk about this is why a lot of players do what they do and say, yo, listen, I'm going to sit out. This is a business and I'm going to treat it like it. And I know, Chris, you're going to talk about it too, but I can't stand when players get mad. I mean, fans get mad when players like, yo, listen, I have to get my money, but then the fans like, oh, who you think you are? Back in the day, this would have never happened. Yeah, because back in the day, they would have been getting robbed of their money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how much taxes athletes have to pay. Like each state you go, you have to pay a tax. So when I see players getting all that they can, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? So watching Scottie Pippen take, a 7-year, $18 million deal, it's like, damn, even back then, that was tough to take. But could you picture players taking that now?
This is another point to that too, quick. Like I've seen some people just on Facebook posting up the salaries and stuff like that, especially they did for that last season with Mike and his 33. People got to understand this too. Mike was underpaid as well.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Mike eat off of those basketball contracts early because he was underpaid as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ate off of endorsements and everything else that he was able to do. But that 33 is a really misleading number because that's what he said the asking price was when they told Phil, they said, listen, you could go 82-0 and you still ain't gonna coach here next year.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, when you look at the best that do it, like Mike, like Tom Brady, they don't take the max deal throughout the course of their career like they could, but they waited. When you look at how much they sacrificed for the team, you're not seeing a lot of guys doing that nowadays. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are like, yo, I need my money right now. And I get it. But just to see, like you said, Ruck, that he took a lot on the back end because he said, yo, I need to get this team and I want to win, man. I want to win. Now, Chris, man, what is your take on all this, man? It's like I said, this is just 1 and 2. But, what's your take from all this, man?
Well, I think first of all, ESPN does really, really good sports documentaries, and I know that sounds real cliche and like spot on, but I just got some more depth to the season. Actually, even more depth to Michael Jordan's career, if that's even possible. Just some of the inside, never really before seen footages that they showed. Just opened up some more stuff. Especially when the owner was talking about when Jordan had injured his foot, and he was kind of giving them you could see Jordan's competitiveness, saying, "Listen, man, y'all thinking negatively.
Right.
I'm thinking positively. I want to play." And then the owner saying, "Man, I'm trying to protect my asset right now."
Yeah.
So just getting to see stuff like that, and I really, as a kid, because 97. What am I? 6th grade,
7th, yeah.
5th grade, 6th, 7th grade, maybe. So 7th grade.
You was like 7 years old.
Yeah. So in '86, I was 1, and I wasn't about to enter high school like you, Ruck, but
yeah, he was in there, man. Shouts out to everybody that's on the check-in, man. Instagram and Facebook, man. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, like I said, man, just some more insight I thought was really good, and I just really, as a kid at that time, I didn't understand why the Bulls broke up. I really didn't. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand. Jordan said he don't want to play without Phil. You keep Phil, you keep Mike, you keep Scotty, you keep winning, right?
Yeah. I mean,
was
That's
that
what
easy.
that's what I thought.
me too. That's
But
definitely what I thought.
but that's before I learned that general managers, even though I don't think he's evil, but that's when I learned that general managers could sometimes put themselves before the team, a la Trent Baalke
Who's not
and the
with us
things
no
that they
more?
do down there in San Francisco, or
Who's
the
not
things
with?
that they used to do, the
Okay.
things that they used to do,
Who is
whatever,
not with
whatever.
us?
And I think about the times that Jerry Jones has gotten in the way,
Ugh.
and people like
Al
the
Davis.
owner
Check this
down in
out.
Washington, and Bill
Snyder.
O'Brien down in Texas. I see
Mm.
how what I mean. Now it makes sense, but I didn't realize it was happening like that even back then. That's pretty much all.
It just like I said. I think as the money starts to come in, the revenue, you start to see marketing. You start to see a whole different, light on general managers, owners. Because growing up, honestly, unless you really knew the sport, you didn't really know who the general managers was. You kind of know who the owners, but you just, saw that they played their part and they just kept moving, and that was it. But I think that once the '90s came in, a lot of these owners and general managers like, yo, listen, they was on a Puff Daddy like, I need my face shown. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be in the front of the camera, all in the videos, all on the songs. Come to Death Row, and that's what you start to see. But just to watch, even though we know the outcome of the story, but just to know how this is their last season because of whatever personal bull that could have been put to the side. And just, I mean, even though they wind up victorious, obviously, but just to watch it, it's just heavy. It's like, damn. Like you, Chris, like they couldn't have stayed together. Like you couldn't just say, yo, let me just chill out. You know what I mean? So crazy, man. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Well, some owners are they get ahead of themselves and they think that they're the architect of the team, Trent Baalke, and they think that they know what's best, and that they could get rid of a good coach and good players, Trent Baalke, and they think that by doing that they can put their stamp on the team and bring in good coaches like Chip Kelly and a whole new system, and that is gonna like revitalize what they had from the previous regime. And what they find out is that they lose their jobs, and then they bring in a new GM that does it the right way. Yes. Oh, did I go off topic?
No. I think that the reference was definitely very, very
Chris,
poignant.
What could happen is, you could have never before seen talent that can take over as heir apparent to one of the league's all-time best quarterbacks, and then you can have somebody, Ted Thompson, that has Aaron Rodgers, gets Mike McCarthy, gets them some weapons, and then trades them away. And then what does Ted Thompson do? He says he's taking another job, and he gives it to somebody else, but then he remains an assistant. And then what do? We get Matt LaFleur. And behind the scenes, Ted Thompson lets our Packers go to the NFC Championship game after, withstanding the mediocrity of a new head coach, going to the NFC Championship game and then losing to the San Francisco 49ers in a mollywop, only to talk about drafting a quarterback.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So, basketball, right? Last dance. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel you, right. Listen, man. Hey, man. You got to get it out, man. You definitely got to get it out, man. Definitely got to get it out.
Well, hold on. I thought Ruck was going to take the OKC approach and talk about how a couple $1 million.
I'm going to state that for next Sundays.
Okay. So that's for part 3 or 4.
Sam Presti, please tune in next week.
He'll be on. I'm going to call him. I'll call him.
You're going to love it, Sam.
So, man, like I said, it's just, I really thought that this was going to be really, really long. I'm like, 2 hours, but like it only felt like 45 minutes to me. I mean, it was like really quick. And again, there was a lot of stuff that we kind of knew, but they gave us some stuff that we were like, oh, okay, well, that's why that happened.
I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, and I know this gets overstated a lot about Jordan being the GOAT, but listen, to score 112 points by yourself in 2 playoff games in Boston Garden after playing
Daisy
a full round
with Daisy Dukes on.
I was just saying, it's crazy.
With that, I mean, I mean, did anybody watch some highlights and say, "Yo, he was out there cooking"?
Yeah,
Yo,
hell yeah,
I was
112
yo,
points in 2 games.
crazy.
yo, I watched that. I watched that 86 game 1 and game 2, and it's just like, goodness gracious.
Right,
Like,
he
Like,
was,
yo,
how do you
who,
who got 49 followed up by 63? Who got that?
yo,
Mm.
who does that? And then who does it going against talent like that?
yo, they were a
Where,
juggernaut. They were a
where
juggernaut.
you where you making them curse each other out like, yo, man, if this pick come one more time and you got me switched on him, like
No,
whoever did that?
Bill Walton said, "Yo, listen, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Don't do this shit again, okay? If I gotta guard him again, I'm breaking my own damn leg. Don't do this shit again. That's not funny. Hey, Bird, I get it. I'm sorry, but don't do this again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And for Larry Bird to give you compliment, you have to be dope because he don't give nobody but Magic, maybe Isaiah, and Jordan. Like that's it. Like especially a young guy like that at that time.
oh,
Come on,
Larry
man.
was Larry Legend was definitely impressed.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
And I
was.
love see.
God was playing.
Hold on. You know what was so impressive? What was so funny? I should say, not impressive, almost embarrassing. That Wilt Chamberlain had the same hate he got against young players now that he had back when Jordan came into
Oh
the
yeah.
league.
Oh yeah. He was straight hate, hate, hate,
Oh,
hate, hate,
oh
hate,
my
hate.
goodness.
But
Let me
it,
tell you something. Dave Chappelle should play. Dave Chappelle should play Walt Frazier, the hater, at the next haters ball. I swear to God.
yo, he got to with the ugly ass suit. Listen, he's a Nick, so ain't much you can do about that. But I thought it was funny to hear like all the like the centers like yeah he's not a tall guy, like what could he do to us, and he lit their ass up. Like that was so funny because how they game he changed the game in some ways because it was a big man's game, and it was a big man game for a while, but to see someone like Jordan who can play in a big man's game and do it well at that time, it wasn't heard of like that. You know what I mean? And just the way he also propelled Chicago, because oh man, I mean I know cocaine's a hell of a drug, but man, they must have been getting it good out there in Chicago, boy. They had that good. That, as Chris say, booger sugar.
Oh yeah,
And
that white horse.
and Jordan said, yeah, I seen what's going on, so I had to leave. Like, so you ain't do nothing, Jordan. You okay? All right. I mean, listen, I don't think he did anything.
I
You
said
know,
Wilt Chamberlain. I meant to say Walt Frazier.
yeah, Warfare. No,
If
well, nah, you had corrected it towards the end, but he was a hater too. Shouts out to all
Oh
the
my
haters.
god! I was saying Wilt Chamberlain this whole time.
Now, well, you said Will Chamberlain, Walt
It's all right,
Frazier.
Stephen A.
Yeah, I feel like. Hold on, I got my Teddy Riley hat on, and I'm just looking at everybody. Listen, tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. Yo, it's the mic on your end is messed up.
He said, "I said Walt Frazier. You
Chris,
heard Walt
you
Chamberlain."
got you got
Oh
somebody
my
dancing
goodness.
beside you.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yo,
do.
Mike, thanks for the save because I thought for sure in my head I was saying Walt Frazier every time.
It's all right, man. Listen, man. Teddy got a new jam, man. He got everybody fucked up. He'll be back on tomorrow. He'll be back on tomorrow.
And that
So,
kind of coincides with something that somebody next to me just said.
what's that?
I can't say it, but somebody
Okay.
said I said something I thought I didn't say. I guess
Okay.
that person was right.
Oh, that's the last time you'll say that. But anyway, um, fellas, what are you guys looking for on this next one? Everybody that's tuned in, what's up, man? Raphael, what's going on, baby? Mike, Nay, what's up? Chris, we got Kim on the check-in. You wanna hit her with one of those?
Yo, I did not see Kim on the check-in. OH,
I'm sure she'll say it. I'm sure
it's
she'll
gonna
say
be
it.
it's gonna be a good season this year. Okay,
Okay.
let me tell you something. I can't speak for y'all teams because
You know what? Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Hold on,
Watch your mouth.
Florida already in disarray right now, so I ain't even gonna get into them Florida teams.
Listen, we good. Don't worry about what we do, okay? You just keep playing your players, okay? And
Let me tell you something. No such acts were found to be being
uh-huh.
dealt like that at Ohio State. Come
That's
on.
why the whole damn team
what,
had left.
That's not what Spencer said.
Right. Uh-huh. Come on, man.
Yo, let me tell you something. Spencer Strathmore
RD,
need
what's
to
up,
worry
man?
about his opioid addiction.
Yo, man, that's crazy. Now, part 3 and part 4, what are y'all looking forward to the most? That's gonna come out.
Me personally, just whatever they put on, man. Because what I learned yesterday and just reading up on this was that this has been footage that has been kept in a vault in Jersey, mind you, for a long time, man. And the NBA itself has been trying to
Hold
negotiate with
on,
Mike
hold on, hold
to
on,
let it
hold
go.
on, hold on. Where did they keep it
Yeah,
at,
man.
Ruck? Where did
In
they keep it
Jersey,
at?
man.
Come on, man.
Oh yeah,
Come on,
but
man.
that casual drop.
Listen. Let me just say this, man. If you don't want something family, put it in Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
They found Jimmy Hoffa yet? All right, cool. So anyway,
They
Yeah,
ain't
they ain't
find a lot
found
of
one.
cars.
Yeah,
they ain't find one iota.
they ain't found
Jimmy
one person with corona in Jersey yet. I know it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, if you can go through that Jersey Turnpike daily, you can make it through anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can make it through anything. But
We built different. We built different.
yes, you are. Yes, you are. Strip clubs with the doors wide open. Anyway, fellas, it has been good. It has been real. So let everyone know we will be doing this every Sunday. So every time this come on, we will be going live after the broadcast. So check us
And a
out. Hit us up.
30-minute show? Oh, I want all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I could do 30-minute show. I could do that every
Yeah,
day.
so
All right, go ahead.
we're going to do our recaps. This is part 1 and part 2. Also, we're going to bring you part 3 and part 4 next week. So check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Everybody that's on Instagram, what's good? I don't know how many people I got. I just set the camera up so everybody can hear us and just let us rock. So, fellas, I appreciate y'all so much. I love my brothers, man, and I love everybody that's on the check-in, man. Appreciate y'all so much. And on behalf of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, I'm your boy Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Rock Report. Cheers.
Peace.
Peace.